Hey everybody, it's Lori with LampLighter. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody's doing great. Getting ready to do a reading for Pisces. Yes, our Pisces friends. It'll be a general reading, so it'll be for the collective Pisces, Moon, Sun, Rising, and Venus. So have a look and see if it resonates with you. Take the parts that do, leave the rest. And if it doesn't resonate at all, do look at your other signs. And if you don't know what your rising or your other signs are, sorry, I just want to straighten these out. That drives me crazy when I see that. Then you can go on, gosh, there's so many sites. Cafe Astrology, they do free birth charts, and you can get those other signs because they really do help. I mean, even if you're just looking sort of every month and you want to get a quick overview, if you look at all three, what they call the triad, which is your sun, moon, rising, you can really get kind of a rounded picture of what's going to go on for you. Okay, so what else? Astrology for Pisces is pretty insane this month. So we had I'm a little late getting this out, Pisces, but we had the harvest full moon in your sign. So that impacted you in kind of a lovely way, really, because it really heightened your intuition. But it also made you feel your feelings, like even more than you usually do, and you usually feel your feelings pretty strongly. So, but there's, there's a retrograde, a Mars retrograde on the 9th, which is coming up here, which will help you sort of ground. And the Virgo sun, so the sun being in Virgo is in your 7th house of partnerships. So that should help you balance. So I think you'll find balance and grounding amongst all of your emotions. So let's get some. I'm going to put down some oracle cards, and then I'll do a 9-card spread for the tarot. Let's see what we've got. Deep knowing. I just said your intuition is going to be on point. Deep knowing, exchanging gifts, and happy. Oh my gosh, Pisces, that's lovely. I'm so happy. I love these cards. So, deep knowing, you're going to be on point, as I mentioned, with your intuition. You're going to have a very deep knowing about something important in your life, and it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. You're going to be exchanging gifts with somebody that you care about, and it's going to bring you joy. It's going to make you happy, because that's your 3rd card, happiness. So you're getting a wish come true this month in some way, and you're just feeling really good overall. So we should have a pretty good reading. Love it. Let's look at the tarot and see all of this good stuff for you, Pisces. So, what else do I want to say? Please like and subscribe. I forget to mention that, and people don't usually do that. If this resonates with you, it would be really helpful if you could like the video, and if you're able to subscribe, because that helps me pull in your energy. So next month I'll have some of your energy in my collective, because the collective Pisces, there's several timelines and lots of people. So okay, let's get some cards out here. Okay, looking forward to something. And another thing, the way I shuffle, I don't like to pull your cards. I like your cards to come out. The moon, there you are. That's your Pisces card. Yeah, I like the cards to come out. If I pull them, I feel, because of my relationship with the tarot is pretty deep, I feel like I'm pulling my energy in. I don't like that. I like to be able to pull your energy, so I let them fly out. Ask Spirit to throw them out on the table. All right, so in the first row, we have the 3 of Wands, we have the Moon, and we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, a little air energy there at the end. Okay, King of Cups. But there's a love relationship that you'll be exchanging gifts with that will make you very happy. Yeah, look at that. Communication, Eight of Wands from your King of Cups. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So we've got the King of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. At the bottom here, we have the Hangman, the Five of Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay. I see. All right. Energies on the bottom. The Hermit and the Truth. The Ace of Swords. All right. Okay, Pisces. Somebody's needing to withdraw their energy for a bit so that they can kind of get in touch with their inner truth, their deeper knowing, right? And that process may have already been going on because that's a little bit, this energy is usually a little bit behind the scenes. All right, so, the first row we have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is about your ships coming in. You're waiting for something. There's something, you're anticipating something good happening, and that's probably just your deep knowing. But you're feeling like, I know my ships are going to come. I'm ready to go out there and meet them, and as soon as I get the right wave, I'm going to go out there and meet my ships. And then the moon energy, again, is Pisces energy, but it's about maybe some things that you don't know yet, some things that are sort of in the subconscious and you're unable to see. So even though you're very comfortable in the water like this, because that's your sign, and it's still maybe you're worried that there's a few things you're not seeing, even with all of your intuition. So you feel like you're operating a little bit in the moonlight about this thing that you're waiting for. And then the Knight of Swords is a very sort of hectic energy. It's kind of it's like a message that is fast coming, and it's a little bit blunt, and it makes you want to move quickly, race in, rush in, okay? We'll see what that's about. So maybe it's just the fact that you're not understanding whatever it is that you've been waiting for and that you're feeling very good about. There's still elements of it that you're not clear on, and it makes you want to rush in. And then we have here the King of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Wheel. So that's a great lineup, because the King of Cups is obviously a male water sign. Could be you, but I'm thinking it's probably a counterparty, somebody that you're waiting for these gifts from, and that you're waiting for your ships to come in. And this King of Cups has a lot of feeling for you, and he's been thinking a lot about you, and he's going to communicate with you. I get the feeling, because the moon's here, right, and you're in anticipation, I get the feeling that you've been in separation, you haven't been in touch, and you know that this is going to happen. This Eight of Wands is communication. It's right in the middle of your reading, Pisces. So you're pretty sure, you know, that this person that you care about deeply and cares about you is going to reach out to you, and that's going to start the wheel going in your favor. Things are going to change. Maybe there were some problems in the relationship before with the moon. Maybe you felt like there were secrets held. But this communication is going to start the wheel going forward in your favor, because it's destiny. Whenever we see the wheel, we know that a relationship is destined to happen, okay? And then down here, we have the Hangman, Five of Swords, and the Hierophant. So this is a little bit tricky down here. It shows that one or both of you have been in Hangman, waiting kind of for this, and having a lot of self-defeating thoughts. We've got a Five of Swords, and a Five of Swords is when nobody wins, but it really is just self-defeating. You've defeated yourself, you know, and so that could lead to this Hierophant, which is commitment and, you know, sort of a inner knowing, so that you can either you or your counterparty can come out of this Hangman energy and this defeated energy. So this is like the ascension to see this spiritual relationship, if that's what it is. And you know, you have gone in, I don't know if I talked about these cards, but one or both of you have been in hermit mode. You've been thinking a lot about this relationship, and you want to express your truth, or you want somebody to express truth to you. And I think that has a lot to do with this communication, this moon of not knowing, and this Five of Swords, you know, like, oh, I should have done this, I should have said that kind of thing. But I think it's going to be cleared up. I think that's what the gifts are, right? So let's clarify some of these cards and see if we can figure out what's happening for you this month. Okay, let's take a look at this Three of Wands. Shuffle one more time. My voice is getting a little raspy, sorry. I've been talking a lot today. Yeah, I just saw the communication card again. So this is all about communication. It's in the middle. I just saw it in this deck. This communication is going to be a good exchange. A good exchange, and it's going to make you happy. So, King of Pentacles. That's interesting. We've got a King of Pentacles on this Three of Wands. So either you're in the energy of the King of Pentacles, or somebody you know is, or your counterparty is. But the King of Pentacles is a very grounded energy. It's a great energy. It's a very reliable person. Yeah. I actually think that this might be your counterparty up here. So this king, this ship you're waiting to come in could be your counterparty waiting for something before he communicates. Because I've got a King of Pentacles energy, and he's a slow prodding, slow planning. You know how how Earth energy is. They're slow, and there's I think he's feeling defensive about how long it took him to communicate. So I think that's important, and I think he's worried that because he sees you as just a beautiful woman with everything, and I think he's just worried. I feel worried from him here, and defensiveness, that perhaps he resisted this for reasons that probably were good and took a long time. So let's see what's in this moon. Oh boy, look at that, the devil. So yes, this is about your counterparty taking a long time to get to you, and the thing that was unseen that they were trying to keep from you is something about toxicity. Yeah, we've got a king of swords here, so there could be another person in their relationship. You know, when it comes to the general readings of the tarot, these cards here are the kings and the queens. They don't always have to be gender specific. So either that means that your counterparty has moved from the King of Swords to the King of Pentacles to the King of Swords, where he's seeing very clearly some of the toxicity, or he has somebody in his life, probably an Aquarius, that's toxic and needs to get, he wanted to get that. Yeah, it's been a block. It's been a block, and to you two getting together, and it was difficult for him or her, because in this block you can see that this person had to come up out of the water, which is their emotions, right? And get up on to ground themselves, to cover their heart and protect their heart, and trying to see with their intuition, right? So this has caused perhaps both of you this block of silence, let's put it that way, of not giving that truth, has caused some anxiety. And you know, this is the Seven of Cups. And what this tells me is that this person's been kind of stuck in a toxic relationship, trying to get out, but they're having a problem seeing clearly, and a lot of it has to do with old wounds. It's like they can't make a decision. They can't make a choice because there's somebody manipulating them. There's old wounds here, probably from past lives, or these are deep wounds. I always see this as somebody is in analysis paralysis. They're wanting to make a decision, but everything looks cloudy. So they don't do anything. They don't make a decision, and that's what causes this block, right? This cold block. Maybe they were cold, but there's definitely something, either by not communicating, they created toxicity between you, or they've got some toxicity. And toxicity, the devil energy can be anything from addictions to fear. Fear is a big devil energy emotion. Maybe they were afraid. Maybe they were afraid to disclose some things in their life to you. And they're trying to figure out how they can move forward, because this is somebody that wants to move forward, and they're sort of like rushing in, and they're not quite sure that they're ready, right? They kind of come in with a harshness about them because they're in a hurry. I'm sorry, I dropped a card. Okay. Well, this is interesting because this person has now, after all of this analysis paralysis, now they see who you are. They see you. They hold you in very high regard. You've gone from the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress in the time that they spent rolling around in their indecision. They realize who you are. And that's difficult for them. That makes them want to rush in even before they might be ready. And but you probably are the Empress. You're showing up as receiving, not striving. You're receiving. You're in that good old feminine energy where you're not reaching out to them. You're just waiting for them to get themselves together. But it's been a minute, and I think that there's been some so we've got healing here. So there's been healing here. So that's good. Whatever that toxicity was, there's a healing, and they want to come forward. So let's see who this King of Cups is. This might be you. Or maybe after the healing, they're very clear about their feelings for you, and they're going to communicate. That's what it feels like. Let's see, Pisces. Yep, we've got the Sun. The Sun is happy. Happy. Growth, illumination, shining the light on the dark places. So if you've got the Moon here, and they're in that cold kind of protective energy because of some toxicity, well, now they've gone through a healing, and they see you in a very good light, and they're very happy. They feel very happy about the thought of talking to you, and they miss you. It's been difficult for them. It's been difficult because they really needed help. This is the Temperance card. This is a card of reunion. But it's the divine coming in and trying to bring you guys together, because there were a lot of sort of imbalances in the relationship that were probably caused by this delay, right? And so even though they're happy and they want to come in, they really needed to work with the divine on balancing this energy of wanting to sort of run away and not communicate because of a broken heart, right? So something happened between you guys. It's fine now, we've got the Sun, right? But something happened between this King of Cups and you, or if you're the King of Cups, it's very possible. As I said, gender doesn't matter. There was a little bit of deceit here. There was something that didn't feel right. Either they weren't operating truthfully with you. We know that from that Moon energy. And that probably had to do with the third party and toxicity in their life, okay? And they've been working with the divine to clean that up, and that's why we're seeing the sun now. But there's some pain between the two of you, and it has to do with truth. And that's what they want to bring in, is some truth. Okay, well, that was unexpected. I always expect everything to be perfect, right? But it shows so much healing and divine guidance and such a high opinion of you. And I understand they were in toxicity, and toxicity is difficult to clean up, right? So I think after a long, difficult time, that's why you've known, you've hung in there. That's why you have this deep knowing. You've hung in there, and you knew that eventually you guys would be able to exchange your truths, and that would make you very happy. So that's what that gift is. It's the truth. Let's see if I can get anything on the, oh yeah, apology. There you go, 8 of Wands. That communication is an apology to you. It's an apology for being superficial, not communicating with you consistently, being very in and out. Remember this energy I said was hectic, kind of in and out? But there's been healing, and now they know who you are. They've healed their toxicity, and they want to come in and apologize. Oh, that's sweet. That's what this gift is. And you've always known they would. You know who that king is to you. And you knew eventually this exchange would happen, and it would make you happy, because that's who you are, Pisces, right? So we've got the Wheel of Fortune that's moving you forward, and now you're in the Queen of Pentacles energy. So you're very pentacly. Now you're the counterparty. Now you guys are counterparties. Remember they showed up as the King of Pentacles? Well, now look at that. The King and Queen of Pentacles. So you've moved forward. You've grown quite a bit. And you've come into your own in a big way. And you're extremely nurturing towards them when they bring this apology. You've changed your attitude. You might have been really, really hurt, and that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that you're going to reject them. And you might have been really hurt, but you've done the work. You've worked on yourself. You've gotten yourself into that Empress, which is understanding that things need to come to you. And you've changed. And when they come, you're going to be very nurturing. You're not going to be, I don't feel that you're going to be very Queen of Swords, like, sort of like, say one wrong thing and I'm going to cut you out. I think you've forgiven them. You're a benevolent queen here. You're nurturing, you're kind, and you have forgiven them. And that's important. But I think they're very worried that you're not going to be that you're going to be, oh yeah, here we go. Look at this anxiety. We have some anxiety here that you're not going to be nurturing. They're really nervous about coming towards you, okay? They're going to do it. They've thought about it long enough. That's what kept them in the Hanged Man. See the Hanged Man down here? We'll get to that. That's why they've been in the Hanged Man. They're really nervous. It's keeping them up thinking about what they did. They feel really bad. Okay, that's a Pisces card too, the Hanged Man. So maybe you're both in the Hanged Man, right? Oh boy, here we go. So on this Hanged Man, they're going to kind of give me the story in a nutshell. So there was a tower when this king came in. This king came in and there was a tower created, okay, by some kind of communication that you guys had created a tower between you, okay? And the Five of Swords, which is down here, see it? The Five of Swords. So that tower was basically a lose-lose, and you knew it, and so did they. It's like you knew what you were doing, but you were in a self-defeating energy. And you've changed. You've come out of that Hanged Man, that this puts you in after the Tower, because that Tower was powerful. That knocked both of you on your keisters. And I think you both probably went through a lot to get to this point. But now, you're both, this is shared energy down here, you're both in the Chariot. Okay, and the Chariot is when you've gone through this moon, you've actually gone through the moon, and you've traveled through the unknown, and you're ready to take a leap of faith. And you've got, see the moon, crescent moons on your shoulder, which means, I don't want to get too close, my ring light tends to show up on the card. So you've overcome, you've balanced your dark and light side. You've looked at your shadow. You've looked at the toxicity. They particularly, let me say that, because sometimes you and he and she gets everybody confused. You know what's happening in your life, so you take this as it resonates. But I think this is shared energy where both of you went through the dark night of the soul. Both of you went on the moon journey to travel through the darkness to try to see the light. And the light did come. It did come. And that was because the divine got involved. But you know where you want to go. You've got the star on your helmet, and you're under a blanket of stars, a canopy of stars, which means you're divinely guided. So he's divinely guided. If you notice, he's just sort of kicking back. He's not, he's getting ready to take off. He hasn't taken off yet. I want you to note that. You see the Sphinx? They're sitting here. The divine masculine and the divine feminine. But he knows he's divinely guided now. And you know you're divinely guided. You're both ready. You're both going to come out of this Hangman after a tower, a communication that created a tower and just damaged your communication and damaged your relationship and put you both in the Five of Swords, which put you both in the Hangman. So now we have that Five of Swords. So I wonder if they're just going to tell us about it. Oh gosh, oh boy, yeah, they're going to tell us about it. That Tower created an ending between you two, and it was a very painful ending for both of you. But Pisces, I'm going to say it was really hard for you. So you've been through it. You have. And you're not worse for the wear. You've overcome it. Look at these cards, exchanging gifts, happy, happy. You must have done a lot of work in the time between seeing this person and the time that they're going to communicate with you this month. There must have been a lot of work done, because that's a painful ending. But it is an ending. And after the ending comes the sun. So the next step is the sun. And we have the sun right here on this King of Cups. Okay? So yes, there was a Five of Swords. There was a terrible ending between you. And it's been some time. It's been a minute. Boy, both of you were in this Hangman energy where you were just hanging around trying to get enlightened about what happened and what is the way forward. And you both just kept yourselves held back to try to understand. This is understanding. This is achieving this enlightenment, which is knowledge. And it's here twice. And it's also a Pisces and Neptune card. It's here twice. So you've both been in Hangman. When I see something twice, I understand it as meaning both of you have been there. And both of you experienced this Five of Swords from this, and you've overcome it, clearly. Wow, that's hard. Oh, yeah. So what comes after the painful ending? What comes when you have a death? Rebirth. Look what you got. You got an Ace of Wands. That's a passionate new start. So that's why there's happy, happy here. After all this pain, there's an olive branch. You see the olive branch? You see, he's going to bring you an apology. He's bringing an olive branch. And that olive branch has a lot of passion behind it. A lot of wanting a new start with you. That's why we're happy, happy. Okay. Had to go through a lot to get there, eh? And then here we've got this spiritual enlightenment, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is a long-term relationship. So this may be for the duration. Let's see what's going on here. This could be it. This could be the one, Pisces. Got commitment, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you both have fought for this. And you've got one more fight in you. You fought for this, both of you. Wow. Let's see if I can get anything else. Yeah, there's that slow earth energy, because he's the King of Pentacles, remember? That's really his true nature. And you're the Queen. And he's taking his time. This horse is a trip because he doesn't even look like he's moving. He looks like he's just standing there, right? But the thing about this knight, he always gets where he's going. A lot of the other knights don't. They either come in and leave fast. This guy always gets where he's going and he stays. This is what you want if you're going to get somebody's energy bringing you something. You want somebody their plan is to stay. Commitment, longevity, and they fought for it. Whatever fight they had, whatever spiritual fight, or there was a fight they had to go through to get to you. So that's why they've taken so long. So I don't need to tell you to be kind. I know you'll be kind, Pisces. That's in your nature. That's just who you are, right? That's just who you are. Come on, let's get this out. And we've got the Five of Cups, which is that telling me that they know they took too long, trying to ruminate on what the heck went wrong versus seeing there was still love between you. And they spent a long time there, and they know that. That's telling me that the delay this is the delay. The slowness was healing this, looking at the past and what happened. Interesting. All right, so the last card on the bottom is Judgment, which is cool to see that. That's the Archangel Gabriel, and he's blowing his horn of healing. See the cross? And he's calling people out of these coffins to heal parts of themselves and to do it again, to try again. So that's what's happening. You and your love are going to try again. And I'm just going to pull some of these Yang oracles because I want to kind of know a little bit about that dark journey they went through that kept them from you for so long, Pisces. But it's good. I mean, you're coming together. At minimum, you're going to have a nice chat and you're going to exchange your truths with one another. And then where you go from there, that's up to you. That's what I see in September. Talk? Spirit, please tell us. What could be energies? Ooh, okay, all at once, eh? Okay. All right. Okay, so we have until debt tear us apart. Contracts, career, commitments. Okay, so I think this person had some financial problems, and yeah, we've got Saturn down here. They had some financial lessons and issues that they needed to go through. They definitely had lessons because Saturn was in the mix, but it had to do with money and their career and a contract they might have had with somebody else. And there was a lot of debt that was holding them back, and maybe that's part of what they didn't want to share with you. And they wanted to clean it up, and that's what took so long. And also, they needed to basically work on their self-love. I think they had a little bit of that Five of Swords told me that they were self-defeating and maybe they didn't know how to love themselves, you know? But that happened in this time apart. And it's allowing them now to create this. And whoa, Mars, you know, Mars is retrograde, but it comes out in November. It's attraction. They are hot for you. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get too steamy. They are hot for you. There's a deep attraction, and they're coming in with a love offer. Oh, they're going to tell you how they feel. Wow, that's cool. I'm just going to try to get a few cards about what they would say to you right now, what their higher self would say to you right now. My family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized. Maybe you know what that means. My family and upbringing. My brain automatically went to this toxicity. It could be something to do with childhood. You have affected my life significantly. Yeah, I mean, he made a lot of changes. This toxicity is gone. I see a little part of you in everyone I meet. Let's try to get one more. I just got sidetracked. That's this career and money and cleaning all that up. And then on the bottom, I'm afraid to take that next step right now. See, they're just a little nervous. I told you, I saw it here. I saw this nervousness down here on this commitment that they want to make to you. They're afraid. They're just afraid. I think they're afraid that you're going to reject them. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's get some romance angels. I don't want to make this reading too long, but I feel the need to get some romance angels. So both of you have been through a lot. I'll just give you as much information as I can about sort of guidance moving forward. Oh Lord, true love. Let me tell you, I always get the chills when this card comes out. This is the romance of a lifetime. You guys really, this is a true love. This is either a twin flame or a very deep soulmate. It's a partnership. It's a divine partnership. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring the romance. So stay optimistic. This is a true love. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So what I get here is not that he's going to ask you to marry him, but you guys need to engage with each other. That engagement, that talking, is going to be what you need to move you guys to the next level, if that makes sense. That truth that you guys need to bring to each other is really, really, really important. And then it says, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay, good. Those were all great messages. You never know with the romance, with these angels cards, you can get all kinds of stuff. And then I'm just going to do one from your guardian angel, and then we'll close the reading. I always like to give as much guidance as I can. Looks like it was a tricky time. Peace. Archangel Shemuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So what I get from this is a true love. And you should have peace in your heart because only love is real. All these other things, these financial problems or these lack of communication, it doesn't matter. The only thing that's real is love, and you guys have that, okay? So be peaceful in your soul knowing that, and you know that. You have deep knowing, you'll exchange your gifts, your truths, and it's going to be a happy time for you. At least, my readings are timeless. It could be September, it could be after. But this is your September reading, Pisces. So, I will see you next month, and love and light to you, and enjoy the rest of the month.